here. This is your host, Dan. I'm going to be covering the Region 7C baseball playoffs preview this episode. And once again, the Crow River Valley Amateur Baseball League has finished the regular season, finished the first round of the playoffs, and now we're down to 8 teams left. The brackets have been announced. I'm going to be going over them today on the show. But first, let's go through the top hitters. The batting title was claimed this year, just announced yesterday. Jay Bresnahan. Leading things off for Carver, batting .462, won the 2020 batting title. And then we get Kalenberg second, Nichols, Kraby, and Rant rounding off the top 5. So keep these in mind when we go through the playoff scenarios with the seedings. Speaking of the seedings, here we are. Final 8 teams after this weekend. I believe there'll only be 4. 4 will go on to the state to play in the state tournament. Number 1, Waconia. Number 2, Winsted. Watertown. Young America, Cologne, Green Isle, Mayer, and Carver. These are the records in the conference records and the first round of the playoffs only. These records do not show all the games played, as many have scheduled non-conference games and whatnot, even some tune-up games for the playoffs. So what we'll have is the seedings here. Teams 1 will play 8, 2 will play seed 7, 3 will play 6, and 4 against 5. This should be very good matchups. Once again, Crow River Valley League is arguably the best league in all of Class C in the state of Minnesota. So the teams that come out of here, the entire conference is pretty stacked. Teams that come out of here will be pretty good favorites in the state tournament. And none of them will be weaker teams in the state. Now, speaking of the state, here's current rankings. Last time the rankings came out for Class C, top 10 teams came out here. 3 are listed here from the Crow River Valley. Waconia is ranked 4th in the state, receiving 29 votes. Young America tied for 5th. And then 7th place is Cologne with 9 votes. So we've got 3 of the best teams in the state here coming from this conference who will be playing in this section, Region 7C. Now what I'm going to do here is go through each of the games this weekend. And so let's start off with, we have a game on Thursday here. Actually, I'm recording this is August 5th, which is a Thursday, which is a Wednesday. Tomorrow's the first games. Thursday's games that kick off, number 8 Carver, 7-9 overall, at number 1 Waconia, 13-4. Waconia played a couple of games this week to get prepped. They had some time off in between while the rest of the Crow River Valley was playing a best-of-3 series. They had an automatic bye. They played Dassel, got beat 9-1. They played Hutchinson. They got beat, I think, 4-2. And Hutchinson is currently ranked, I think, 2nd in this entire state. So they had a couple tune-up matches, but it does reflect there in their 13-4 record. Of noting, they did have a win against Chaska, who's Class B, and they also have a loss against Class C Champlin, Class B Champlin. So here's we got the first game, Thursday night in Waconia. Previous meeting, Waconia won 5-2 in Carver back on July 11th. We'll get to see some interesting players here in this matchup. The 2017 Carver Crow River Valley League batting champion, Kyle Dalton for Carver, won the title in 2017. And we'll see the current title, Jay Bresnahan out of Carver. Just announced yesterday the 2020 batting title in the Crow River Valley. We'll see him play. Also, last year, the pitcher of the year in the entire league was Adam Weber, also out of Carver. So even though Carver's the number 8 seed here, they've got some athletes. They've got some talent. Carver, keep in mind, qualified for the state tournament the past 3 seasons. Now, this year, that looks like a stretch. A lot of competition here, and they're going to start off against Waconia. This is a double elimination tourney. The top 4 advance, the bottom 4 are done for the year. Carver is a long shot, to say the least, to do anything here in this tournament. Waconia, remember, they went 23-3 last year, but were disqualified from the postseason due to an illegal roster. They never got a chance to perform in any playoff scenario last year. So they are going to have a bone to pick, and they're going to be a tough number 1 seed here coming out of this Class C. Some go so far as to say that Waconia actually should be playing in Class B. They are that good. But let's see how this all wraps up. Waconia, the 2019 team MVP was Ronnie Olson. He's a player to watch. And last year's pitcher of the year was Cody Simon for Waconia, another player to watch. Now, this game will feature the top 2 hitters in the league. Kahlenberg finished 2nd for Waconia in the entire league batting, and the batting champion was Bresnahan. This is a good game. I'm going to be at this one myself, covering this ball game. This is Thursday night, 7:30. Now, what we've got is a matchup on Friday night that could be equally as good. Both Cologne and Young America will face each other here. They're both ranked in the top 10 in the state of Minnesota for Class C. Cologne 11-5, going up against Young America 11-4. Previous meeting, Young America won this year 7-4 in Young America on July 11th. So this will be the same rematch there where they already played this year. Young America won. Young America is favored here, but it should be a good matchup. Young America's team MVP last year was Matt Mann. The pitcher of the year for Young America last year was Josh Lenz. He's always tough. Young America has been to the state and went pretty far in 2018 and 2019. They are a young team with talent. Now, Cologne, last year's team MVP was Kyle Brazil, player to watch. The pitcher of the year last year was Christian Johnson. And Christian Johnson is a good pitcher. Pitches, I think, in the Northwoods League as well. Now, what we're going to see for Cologne is in 2018, the batting champion in the entire conference was Casey Clemenson, another player to watch. They've got some good offense and defense on this Cologne team. They made their first state tournament appearance in 47 years last year. So remember, this is Friday night's game. Good one to watch. Now, what we've got is 2 games on Saturday. Saturday's game, we've got Green Isle 8-8 against Watertown 15-5. Watertown is one of those teams that picked up a bunch of extra games at the beginning of the year, during the year, and at the end. They've played 20 games already. The Watertown Red Devils. They're the number 3 seed here in the tournament. These 2 teams played already back on June 30th in Watertown, same location. Watertown won 17-2. Green Isle is going to be at a huge disadvantage here. Green Isle, very, very young. They went to the state last year, lost in the first game. Green Isle lost 3 stars following the 2019 state tournament team. Cameron Schmekar, the 2019 team MVP, left Green Isle. Aaron Brush left Green Isle last year, and Josh Anthony left Green Isle last year. So you get 3 studs all leaving, all happen to be playing for mayor this year. So Green Isle is a little young. Now, they had to refill those holes, and who they added was 3 varsity players from Chaska, the Chaska Hawks. But keep in mind, high school, Diego Wiseman, Patrick Fontaine, Cam Larson, all were added. Now, Diego just graduated this year. He's going to be playing ball at Dakota County Technical College next year. Patrick Fontaine is going to be going to Luther College and playing baseball there as a freshman next year. And Cam Larson already finished his freshman year up at St. Scholastica playing as a catcher. So they've got some talent, but young. Talent, but young. Who they also picked up was a sophomore in high school out of Belle Plaine Tigers shortstop. There is Luke Lusky. Grinnell picked him up and is playing right now. Remember now, this kid is probably 16 years old. He's been added to the Grinnell roster and is a good athlete all around. This Grinnell team could be good. The problem is, are they going to be good this year or not? Or will they have an early exit? Grinnell pitcher of the year last year was Dylan McCormick. He's a player to watch for. Watertown. You're looking at Watertown. The team MVP hitting and the pitcher of the year for Watertown was Pat Cheetah. He's your main player to watch here. Can do it all. Hit and pitch. Now finishing in the batting average this year, 4th place for the batting title in the Crow River Valley League, Josh Kraby, Green Isle. So although they are a number 6 seed against Watertown, a 3 seed, Green Isle's got some talent. They've got some talent on the squad. Now the second game on Saturday. No, it's not that one either. Let me find it. Neither one of those. Let's bring up, here we go. Mayor at Winstead. This is the second game Saturday. Mayor, number 7 seed against Winstead, a number 2 seed here in region. Mayor comes in with an 8-8 overall record. Winstead 10-3. Previous meeting, Winstead won this 5-2 in Mayor on July 19th. And for those who are not familiar with this league, Mayor didn't even actually field a team in 2017, 2018, or 2019. So they're back in 2020. But to do that, they had to get a roster. And so Mayor added 3 stars from the 2019 Green Isle State Tournament team from the Irish. They got Cam Schmaker, Aaron Brush, and Josh Anthony. And what these are some good athletes. So they beefed up the team, got enough to play. They're making their first appearance. They may be a surprise. They may be a dark horse in this tournament. Mayor also has pitcher Will Lamond. He threw a complete game versus Brownton in Game 1 of the best-of-3 series. They've got some talent. Last year's Winstead team, the MVP for the team was Nate Tesh, player to watch. And last year, their best pitcher was Shane Kahn. He'll be the player to watch as well. Remember, Winstead now 10-3, coming in as the number 2 seed. And I don't know if they picked up any games to prep themselves for the tournament, but they also had a bye. So those are the games to watch. Remember, here's the seeding for the Region 7C baseball playoffs. Could see some upsets here. It's double elimination. You got to lose 2 to go home. Top 4 will go on to the state. For this weekend's games will be good. All the teams will play here Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. And then every team, regardless of how they do on the first game, will play on Sunday. Either losers bracket and face elimination, or the winners bracket to advance to the state. Sunday's games should be good. Once again, this is Dan for Sports and Songs, special episode today. Today's August 5th.